Good afternoon. It is now 12:35. I'm Julie Broughton. We're so happy you joined us for Take 6, where we hang out a little bit after our new newscast. And this gives us an opportunity to let you know what we're working on here in our News 6 newsroom that you'll see on the shows starting later today. So we're talking today to News 6 anchor Lisa Bell. And before we get into your story, Lisa, I have to say you look even extra fabulous today. You're looking very lovely.
Go on.
We have a makeup artist here. I did not. So look at the side by side. So I didn't get the makeup artist today, and Lisa is.
She really makes
showing
your
her
eyes
fine work.
pop.
She's
yes.
so good. She's so
She
talented.
does a great job.
Yes,
Melissa
she does.
Duran.
Yes, she's great.
amazing.
So yeah, we've been working on some special stuff you'll see later here coming up for the Super Bowl. But Lisa, you're working on a story for later today, and this story is so interesting. It's about some high-tech maps that are designed to keep students safe in case of an emergency.
It really is. And Julie, I know you've covered schools in Central Florida for years now, but think about anytime there's an emergency at a school and you call 911, and obviously law enforcement agencies are responding. Some of those officers may have never been inside that school before. There are new maps that Seminole County is using. And really, what I discovered is Seminole County is really ahead of the curve when it comes to school security. They discovered that they needed to update their maps really years ago when they were doing a training exercise. And what they told me is they had someone calling out for help in the cubby hallway. Well, on their map that they were looking at, which was a old blueprint of the school building, there was nothing labeled cubby hallway or yellow hallway or senior hallway. And a lot of the officers were really confused about where they needed to go. And so that really drove home the point that they needed to update their maps. So a couple years ago, they partnered with a company and they developed these high-tech, multi-layered maps that you can see on your screen now. They have a grid. They always have a north orientation. Every single room is labeled. The deputies and officers do a walkthrough before these maps are developed to make sure that they're all properly labeled. So you think about, and what I discovered, a lot of the schools in Seminole County are decades old. And so if you're looking at blueprints from decades ago, over time, there have been lots of modifications made to that school that, maybe there's a new hallway, maybe a door has been closed off, maybe there's a new doorway. So these maps are really allowing law enforcement to get a really detailed view of what is going on a school campus. And not only that, they're also compatible with any type of software local law enforcement agencies may use. So if it's Altamont Springs Police who are responding, maybe Sanford Police, in addition to Seminole County Sheriff's Office, Seminole County Fire Rescue, Seminole Dispatch, all of these maps can be accessed no matter what software they're using, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, and when I was reading your story before we hopped on to talk about it, I had never given any thought to all those unique names that each school has. Any parent knows you go in, especially to an elementary school, and it would be, like you mentioned, the cubby hallway, or they all have different names. They're all, the blue hallway, the yellow hallway. That is something that has never crossed my mind. And that
Even like a tiger den where the teachers hang out, or, there's a reading cubby or something, all these different little nicknames that people come up with. So these maps have those nicknames.
Yeah, that is just absolutely could be life-saving in, a critical situation that, of course, we hope never happens. But as we know, terrible things unfortunately happen every day, it seems. So I just can't imagine how beneficial this could be in that situation.
And the people who created these maps, they're all former military. And this same type of map was what the military used to catch Osama bin Laden. So when you think about that, they're on the battlefield. Many of these people obviously had never been to his compound in Pakistan before, but they all had this gridded map. And you've got people from all different services, branches of the military, as well as foreign militaries, but they're all literally on the same page because of this design. And so they can pinpoint any location and everyone knows exactly what they're talking about.
Yeah, that's incredible. Seminole County doing that. Do we know? I don't know if you talked to any other school districts to see if they'll be implementing the same thing, because it just seems like a no-brainer, this type of mapping.
Exactly. We do know that a lot of other counties are looking at implementing this. One of the things that Seminole County did is last year they worked with state lawmakers to draft a bill that was passed. It now allows $14 million in grants that districts statewide can apply for to purchase this type of mapping system for their own district. And I asked, well, how much does something like this actually cost? And what I was told is it's about $3,500 per school. So obviously,
Okay.
you've got some really large districts, you've got some smaller districts,
Hmm.
but that's about the going cost. But $3,500 for a map of a high school that may contain 4,000
Yeah.
students seems like money well spent when you may have multiple law enforcement agencies and paramedics and who knows who responding and need
Yeah.
to know immediately where to
Hmm.
go.
Yeah, just incredible. Lisa, what time can we see your story?
I believe it's going to air at 6:15 tonight, around
Fabulous.
6:15 during the 6 o'clock newscast.
That was very detailed. 6:15. Yeah.
Maybe 6:12 to be specific. Yeah.
Right. Set your alarm for 6:12. I mean, you should
That's
already
right.
be watching the 6 o'clock newscast, but just,
Mhm.
set that alarm for 6:12. All right, Lisa, thank you so much. And I will see you when I get back to my desk.
All right. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Let's get a check of your forecast now. It's been a big story. Right now, we have a cold front approaching Central Florida. That brings with it the coolest air of the season. I want to go ahead and start you out with a look at what you can expect Sunday morning. We are talking about temperatures up in Marion County falling to 30 degrees. Again, this is Sunday morning when you wake up. So this is going to be a time when you really need to take those precautions with your pipes, your pets, your plants. 37 Sunday morning in Sanford, 45 in Melbourne, and 35 if you are in Palm Coast. Here's what's happening for us right now. Scanning out on the radar, not really finding any rain to track. However, we will keep a little sliver of moisture in the forecast as that front moves through Central Florida. Here's how it looks as we factor in the satellite and radar imagery. You can see some of those light showers across North Florida, approaching areas like Flagler County. We're not talking about major rain as this moves through, but again, for your drive today, you may see a few of those isolated showers. Now, right now, we're sitting at 73 degrees in Orlando and Kissimmee, 66 in Ocala. It is 75 in New Smyrna Beach and 72 in Cocoa Beach. Quite a bit warmer in a lot of spots than we were 24 hours ago. 13 degrees warmer right now in Leesburg. Now, here's really a look at the story. You can see the winds telling the story of winds coming in out of the southwest. That's bringing that warmer air in, but that warm air is short-lived for us, all because of this front you see to our north that is continuing to slide through our area. And behind that, we'll see those temperatures dropping overnight tonight. So clouds and rain showing at 4 o'clock this afternoon. A few light showers. Winds shift to the north and northwest as we head through the evening hours, helping to bring that cooler air in. Typically behind a cold front, the second night is the coldest, and that is what we will see with those really cold temperatures Sunday morning. So Saturday morning, we'll clear everything out, see plenty of sunshine. Highs today, again, staying generally in the 70s. Overnight tonight, 45 for your low in Orlando and Kissimmee. Sanford, you fall to 42, 39 in the Villages, 36 in Ocala. And then for tomorrow, we see our afternoon highs going to around 57 degrees. Overnight Saturday into Sunday, 38 for the overnight low in Orlando, again around 30, so below freezing in parts of Marion County. 59 Sunday for your high, and then Monday we go back into the upper 60s. And look at that, by Thursday, 83 for our high. So really that wild weather pattern continues for us. Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells will be with you today starting at 4. He'll break all of this down for you. Lisa Ginger and I will also see you at 4 today. If you have any comments or questions for us here at Take 6, feel free to reach out. Head to clickorlando.com/take6. Let us know what's on your mind. We're so happy you spent a little time with us today, and I'll see you at 4.